Hey guys, I'm back. It's Becca, and I'm here on this wonderful, wet, and very wet Tuesday. Yesterday was so beautiful with the sunshine, and it was so warm. However, I knew it was going to be short lived. But hey, as much as I love the sunshine, we need the water too, right? So, anyways, before I get started with today's video, it was brought to my attention that I had a few subscribers that wondered what happened to me on Sunday. And that really touches the heart to know that you guys are so dedicated. And when I didn't upload a video, you was wondering, well, what happened, right? Well, I'm going to apologize for that. I had a wild, wacky Sunday, and it was just no way of getting anything uploaded. But you know what? I want to send out great big bunches of love and thanks to Will Blake, 77, Adam Sanders, and Mary Ray. So I'm back here today. I did get a video up yesterday, which was Monday, and today's Tuesday. So I'm here. I'm here, and I'm going to give you guys this information. But the very first thing I wanted to do was let you guys know that I'm okay, and I'm very sorry I missed Sunday after I said on Saturday that I would be back. So here I am, and I love you guys bunches, and so let's get on with today's video. Okay, guys, so in today's video, I want to talk about something that basically the whole world is talking about right now. And this is the coronavirus, or the Wuhan virus, or Wuhan virus. Um, the coronavirus is, has been around for a long time. So, what the coronavirus is picture a whole bag full of different types of viruses. And the coronavirus causes the common cold, flu, bronchitis, pneumonia, things like that. And what happened is the Wuhan virus it's a novel virus. So basically, it jumped from animal to human. So the person had to be in direct contact with the animal, and this virus has mutated and then has entered into the human and then therefore mutated into more viruses. And it's what has pretty much caused this epidemic that's been going on in China. And the toll is climbing. Today was over, I think it was over 4,000 and some confirmed cases, and it's over 400 and some deaths. And then there's been 11 confirmed cases in the United States, but 6 of those 11 are in California. There was cases. They said there was a case in Virginia and Tennessee, but they ended up saying that it was not the coronavirus or the Wuhan virus. And there's still so many questions that's going on. So we know this virus is rampant, and it's caused China to build a 1,000-bed hospital in 8 days, and then they have another 1,600-bed hospital in the works. Supposed to open up next week, I think. Might be this week. I'm not for sure. But the thing it is about this virus is they're saying it either come from bats or snakes. Either one. So there's still a lot of questions with it, and nobody knows exactly where it did originate from and how it spread. And the big question was, could you catch this virus even before you had any symptoms, even before you knew that you were sick? Um, and I think they seen there were some cases that did test positive for it before they had any symptoms. So um, it's one of those things that, is still kind of foreign to everybody, and everybody's learning about it. Um, and so here recently, um, it was yesterday or today, China had agreed to our health workers coming into China to try to help because it's been a world organization emergency or so what. Um, but any information you can get from the CDC website and WHO, that would be the best thing to do is stay on top of it directly through the websites. But however, it still is a virus, okay? And what do we know about viruses? What do we know about how they're transmitted? And, you know, we know that, we should wash our hands and we should practice good health and hygiene. But this particular virus has been seen to where it can spread through the air, sneezing, through your hands. There was a case where it was found positive in a gentleman's fecal matter. It can go airborne from the toilets being flushed. Um, it was found on a doorknob, and someone from China was at a business meeting, and these others had touched the doorknob. They become positive from it. But it's basically common sense, guys. Any type of virus, anything like that, it's transmittable. We are living, breathing human beings. So, we breathe in, we breathe out, we sneeze, and our hands touch everything. Okay, and you just really don't know how many times that you touch your face in a day. So that's what good hand washing is very imperative to decrease the spread. Um, if you've been around somebody who has traveled, and or you could have come in contact with someone, and you start to get symptoms, call your local doctor or whatever, and let them know ahead of time so they can prepare others. The thing about this type of virus is to be a responsible adult and to teach your children the responsibility and the imperatives of good hygiene. Okay? Avoid public places. Avoid, especially doctor's offices and stuff like that, or traveling places. And if you are in a public place or you go to a public restroom, try to use paper towels to touch anything, the doors, the toilet seats, the sinks, everything. Because, you do not know who has been there. And, people may not know that they're even sick. So, I mean, it's kind of like me. I didn't know I had bronchitis until yesterday. I was sneezing. I did have a headache. But, within the U.S., the chances of getting it is a lot less. But you got to think about how many cases of flu there is in a year. How many cases of pneumonia, bronchitis, pneumonia. How many deaths are from it. And, flu season is here. There's schools shut down for the flu. So you just got to be very cautious. If your children are sick, keep them home. If you're sick, stay home. Because by being responsible, we don't transmute these diseases or viruses and stuff to other people. So that is a major, major thing, or what someone can do to prevent an outbreak anywhere. If you know people are sick, don't be around them. Don't be around them. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It just means that you love not to be sick. So it ain't no major thing. But our first line of defense, besides trying to avoid contact with the viruses and try to stay away from it and keep from bringing it inside of our home to our children and our families. That starts with ourselves. Our first line of defense is in our own bodies. And, and how we do that is by boosting our immune systems. Okay, and we do that, our immune systems, you've heard the term, maybe you are what you eat, or you become what you eat. That is so true. Because what we put into our body is how our bodies will react. Okay. If you ever want to try it or have ever noticed, if you are sick and you are congested or have a really bad cold, if you drink milk, eat cheese, or do the dairy, or even eggs, more mucus is supplied. Okay, and it's because these things cause you to secrete mucus. So, excuse me. What happens is our symptoms become more prominent. There is more congestion. There is more cough. There is more sneezing. Them type of things. If you take these types of foods from your diet while you're sick, the symptoms will lessen. And then your body still goes through this play of fighting off the virus with lesser symptoms. And so if you think about it, the one thing that practically all diseases and all viruses, all these things have in common, okay, some way, some sort throughout the body is mucus. Bronchitis and pneumonia. You've got mucus in the bronchial tubes, mucus in the lungs. Just anything. If you got sinusitis, you got mucus in your sinuses. So, when you realize that you can lessen your symptoms instead of heighten your symptoms and making yourself sicker, and the time to recovery is prolonged, you could just simply avoid these type of things to put into your diet. Instead of mucus-forming foods, you could add immune-boosting foods. Things that's got like the zinc, beta-carotene, vitamin C. Okay? The thing about zinc is, if too little is not good and too much is not good. So, but if you take, if you're a person who enjoys eating meat, instead of, maybe chicken or something like that, get something a little bit higher. It's got, a greater level of zinc in it, and, which is a little better, like a very lean steak. Or cashews. If you don't eat meat, you're vegan, vegetarian, whatever your choice is, or if you're on keto or whatever, there is always a supplement for that. whatever diet you're on and whatever your lifestyle is. If you remember the zinc, beta carotene, and vitamin C, these things will help boost your immune system. So you do get a virus, okay? And your white blood cells, your T fighter cells can go in and can fight this virus, break it down, and get it out of your body as quick as possible. So the major line of defense in any type of epidemic like this or outbreak is going to be within yourself. So what you got to do is be mindful of what you put into your body. Be mindful of what you're consuming and what it's going to do once you've consumed it. And the digestion process, because the digestion process is the way our body functions. Our stomachs put everything where it needs to go. So, sorry about that, guys. I had a visitor. So, anyways, back to what I was saying, is the best thing to do would be the immune boosting foods, and that's going lie in your fruits and your vegetables. Just think colors, just think pretty rainbow colors, and the more you eat of it, the better you're going to be. Your berries, your blueberries, your strawberries, blackberries, all that good stuff. They're immune boosting foods. Carrots. Carrots are loaded with, vitamin C and beta carotene as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. You pretty much are what you eat. Your defense system, your body, will, fight as hard as it can fight, but, it depends upon the arsenal that you give it as well. So, if you're going to send somebody to fight a war with a BB gun, I don't know what's going to happen there. They would have to really pull something out of thin air, don't you think? But, that's kind of how our body is. And, if you think about it, it doesn't matter how good your vehicle looks or what brand or what model or make of vehicle that you're driving, whether it's a Chevette to, a BMW or, S10 to, a Dodge Dually. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a 1974 model or if it's a 2020 model. It ain't going to do nothing for you if it ain't got a motor in it. And if it's got a motor in it, and if you don't put the correct fluids in it, it ain't going to work either. It might work for just a little bit, but then it's not going to work. That's how our guts are. That's our stomach are our engines, our motors, and how much horsepower you got is what you feed it. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you start questioning. And another thing too is fear. Don't fear it. Be alert, but don't fear it, because fear causes anxiety. It causes stress levels, and it causes your body to release all kinds of hormones that just makes you feel horrible. And again, your body goes into a fight or flight state. So in return, it drops your immune system down, and then guess what? All them little EBGBs can get in and strategize and what? Take over, right? So just keep that in mind. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know is I'm going to do a future video with my tonic that I had been talking about. This stuff has been used for centuries, and you know, some of the ingredients may vary, but, there's 5 base ingredients, 6 really. And, this thing, it's also called Seven Thieves Tonic, or just Master Tonic. Um, this stuff was said to fight the bubonic plague. It's supposed to be, an antibiotic, anti-carcinogenic, anti-inflammatory, and I've used it, and I've always kept some since I learned about it, and I will tell you that um, I used to have a cyst on my ovaries, and they were going to take me in and get the process going for me to have surgery again. And I made my tonic, and I stuck to my tonic. And needless to say, when I went back, had tests done, they'd shrunk a lot. So needless to say, I didn't have to go any further. Thank God. So, anyways, that's coming up soon. I'm going to, actually today, I ran around and called, and I was trying to find some ingredients for it. And of course, nobody in my area had it, but I looked up and I was able to have some of the things here by Thursday. So I'm going to say somewhere around Thursday, Friday, hopefully by then at least. I'll get that video out to you guys, and we'll make it together, and I'll tell you more about it then. But today this video is mainly giving you tips and tricks on the coronavirus, and just to talk to you about it, because I do know it's striking fear into a lot of people, and we do need to be alert about it. We do need to be self-conscious, and where we place ourselves and our children, and children go to public schools. You don't know whose parents has been out of the country, or has children, or has siblings that's been out of the country back and forth, or come in contact. You just don't know. You don't know. So prevention of it being an epidemic here in the U.S. starts with us. Starts with all of us being responsible and keeping our heads on our shoulders. And then when it comes inside of our home and on a personal level, it starts within yourself. Within ourselves, we are in control of what we put into our body. We are in control of building our own arsenal. So, with that being said, just do the best that you can do. You hear a lot of controversy between organic and non-organic. You know what? It doesn't matter. Do the best that you can do. What do? Do you go, through the drive-thru and get you, a double cheeseburger with extra cheese and a extra large French fry? Or do you go to your local grocery store and, load up on some salad, carrots and some fruit, berries, and stuff like that? Your local health food store. Some type of superfood. Anything that you can add to your diet that is nutrient dense, and things that has the zinc, the beta carotene, and the vitamin C in it. And vitamin C, our body does not produce our own vitamin C. So vitamin C is, a big thing to put into your body to boost your immune system. And, vitamin C will break up mucus, and it just really rams up them T cells. I'm telling you. So, anyways, guys, I've had you on here long enough. I hope that some of this information will help somebody out there. And if anybody is in fear or any type of panic, just calm down. We've got everything that we need right here to survive. And we have got the greatest library in the world for information. So, with the internet at your fingertips, anything's possible. So, not knowing is not an issue. Asking the right questions is not an issue because it's all there. Well, guys, I'm going to let you go. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Ding the bell so you can get my future videos. And if anybody has any questions or comments or anything, please drop them down below. Mama. I'll do my best to answer them. And that's it, guys.
Can I tell him something?
I got to go be mommy again. So, you guys have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. This is the French fry too.
That's right. I forgot. This is Becca, and it's been the
French fry too. Bye.
Have a great one, guys. See you tomorrow.